Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Reconstructing Cave Story. This is episode 54, Pickups. In this episode we're going to be solving the problem of creating a system which can keep track of pickups. And what's a pickup? Pickup's either a heart, like you pick up a heart, or a series of 3 hearts, or some missiles, or some of the power Doritos to get some experience points. And the other problem we're solving is, what is a pickup? So we don't have an interface for a pickup, but we are going to create one in this episode. So let's start with what is a pickup? Well, a pickup is something that can be drawn. It's got a collision rectangle because we need to determine if the player is colliding with it. It's got an update method because in the case of the Doritos, we need to update the position and then have it collide with the map. This will return true if it's alive and false if it's dead because, again, it's got a timer on it. And, well, some pickups have timers on them and some don't. Also, we need to be able to update the sprite, which some of these are animated. Many of them are animated. Next, we'll need to know the value. How many missiles or HP or experience is this particular pickup worth? And then we also need to know the type. Is it a health pickup? Is it a missile pickup? Is it experience? And that'll take care of that. And then we'll have to create a collect pickup method and then have the player implement this collect pickup method, and then we can take in a pickup and then determine, okay, what type is it? Oh, it's experience. So then we do the proper stuff and add in the correct amount of experience based on the value. So the next problem we need to solve is the pickup system, and this is just going to be really simple. It's going to be a lot like our particle system. It's just going to be a set of shared pointers to pickups. It's just going to have a draw where it's going to draw all of the pickups, and it gets drawn after the enemies and before the player. So yeah, in that layer. Then we're going to have an update, and like the particle system, it's just going to remove the dead pickups. And then we'll also have, in addition, a handle collisions method, which will be able to take in a player and then check all the collisions and then call player.collect pickup. And then it also kills the pickup. So that's pretty much it. We have an add pickup so that we can add new pickups to our pickups object. And yeah, that about covers it. So let's create pickup.h singular. This is going to be our interface. Let's start with our enum for the pickup types. So pickup type health or ammo, or let's call it missiles, or experience. We're also going to need to make a collision rectangle, so I'm going to include rectangle. So this will be a virtual rectangle, collision rectangle. It won't take anything in, and it'll just be equal to 0. It'll be const too. Draw method, so virtual void draw, taking in graphics and not const but 0. So let's forward declare graphics. Update virtual bool update, taking in an elapsed time and a map, which we will need to forward declare. Next, we'll need value and type. Value is going to be an integer, and type is going to be a pickup type. Pickup type. And I think that's it. So let's implement our virtual destructor to finish things off. So virtual pickup. And that's it for our pickup interface. Next, let's go into player.cc and implement collect pickup. So let's go to player.h and player.cc. So, well, let's forward declare pickup first of all. And then go down here and right below take damage, I'll do void collect pickup, taking in a, I think we can do const pickup. I reserve the right to change that if I change my mind. It's not going to be a const method though, for sure. And then we'll go to player.cc and actually implement it. So it's right below take damage. So there we go for collect pickup. Next, we want to create our pickups manager. So let's create a pickups.h file. And I'll go ahead and create a pickups.cc file too. So let's include pickups. And we will want pickup singular in here too. Just getting preemptive there, but let's go to pickups.h and do our header guards. Let's forward declare pickup because we're going to need that. Let's also include above this #include boost shared pointer. Which is something else we're going to need, and then a boost, or not boost set, but just regular set. So now let's create our struct pickups, which is going to be basically just a set, a glorified set. So let's create our standard set of boost shared pointer to pickups, and we'll just call it pickups, but I'm gonna make a type def for this set, so I'll call this pickup set, and I'll just call it create a pickup set pickups. So let's look at what we need to implement. Actually, I remember some of them, so let's do void add. This will take in a shared pointer to the pickup. Well, let's just call it pickup, and then we can just do pickups dot insert pickup. We're also going to need to do a void update. We don't need to return bool for the actual pickups object, so let's take in elapsed time, let's include units too. As well as a map, which we need to forward declare. And then draw, we'll need a graphics, which we'll forward declare. Let's see, was there anything else? Let me just check the notes. Draw, update, and then handle collisions, which we'll need a player. So let's go to pickups.h and forward declare player. And do a handle collisions, taking in a regular player and a player. It's not const because we're going to be calling collect pickups, and that causes change to a player, so yeah. And then it's also not const for us because we are going to be changing our pickup set and deleting stuff from it. So now we can go in and implement these three methods in our .cc file. We'll need to include some stuff, so I'm going to look at it. So we'll need map, pickup, and player. So we have pickup already, so let's do player. Let's do map. Oh, actually I don't think we need to include map. Yep, I think that's all we need. So I'm going to record this macro. Let's start with update. No, let's start with draw. Draw is easiest because we don't have to delete anything. So let's do an iterator. So for pickups iterator, pickup set, sorry, pickups set iterator, iter equals pickups dot begin. Iter is not equal to pickups dot end plus iter. And then all we got to do is draw. Giving it graphics, and that's it. Next, let's do our update. This is again, we're not going to update our iter inside of our for loop declaration, but we are instead going to do if iter update, passing it a last time and map. If that's true, then we increment the iter. Otherwise, we need to erase the iter from our pickups. So pickups.erase iter, and then increment it after that. We're going to need to do something similar for handle collisions, so I'll copy just that part of that. So let's look at calling if player dot damage rectangle, because that's the outside rectangle for the player, dot collides with, and then we'll call iter's collision rectangle. So if those two collide, then we know we have a collision, and we need to call player dot collect pickup, passing it in the picker, which means we need to dereference it twice because iter is a pointer to a shared pointer, and then we dereference it again to get the actual pointer, or to get what it's actually pointing at. And then we can call erase iter, so pickups dot erase iter plus plus. Otherwise, we need to increment our iter, so plus iter. And that about does it for this episode. There's nothing to see here. I did a little bit differently this episode, you may have noticed, and that was to introduce the abstraction before I introduced the concrete implementation. And just so you know, this is faster to introduce it to you this way, so I'm trying it out this way, but it's also different from how I think I develop. So normally what I do is I create a concrete implementation of pickups. Say I create the heart pickup, which is actually what I did, was I created the heart pickup, and then I kind of went through all the things I needed. Okay, I need a collision rectangle. Okay, I need a value. And then I need a type too, and oh, the player needs to handle it too. And so I went through and I did all of that stuff, and I did the concrete stuff first, and then I ended up coming up with this pickup abstraction, because it's like, oh well, the heart does this and the Doritos do this, and oh well, the Doritos do something slightly different. Well, they take in an elapsed time and a map, whereas the heart doesn't take in an elapsed type or a map, but it's okay to pass them to both. So yeah, I ended up just coming up with a pickup abstraction just by like implementing the concrete stuff first. But I'm just trying something different here, where it's a little bit faster, but you guys don't get to see like how things develop as well. And yeah, feel free to let me know what your thoughts are on this. I am always open to suggestions, like any comments, criticisms, anything you want to yell at me for. I am happy to listen to you, because that's what you're paying me for. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy developing.